Be the superhero of your organization. Unleash your IT powers at HDI Service and Support World, May 3rd to 7th in Las Vegas. Dive into actionable insights, cutting-edge training, and unbeatable networking. From solving today's challenges to shaping the future of service and support, this is your chance to make IT legendary. Suit up and save big with $500 off using code BANTER500 on HDIconference.com.
Tony Garcia, how are you, sir?
I am great, Rocky.
How's it
having me?
How has service management world been for you? What's been good? Good event so far?
Yeah. I think eye-opening for me, right? I don't think I've been to a convention lately.
Okay.
So it's great to come back out and get reinvigorated, chatting with like-minded folks like yourself and seeing everybody out here, understanding what they're doing within their world.
Yeah.
What can I shamelessly steal and bring home with me?
Shameless, right? That's why we exist. That's why HDI, the community, that's the whole point of these things, right? Is come learn, take things back. And for you and I were talking earlier this week, we got to connect and you were kind of talking about how you didn't go to Support World Live because this, service management is more the realm of what you do, which I think is interesting with the news that it's all going to be one now, which I think is the right move. And I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
But you're in this world of security for kind of the largest real estate company in the entire world, and people don't know who that is. It's the 43,000 restaurants that we know as McDonald's. So walk me through the uniqueness of trying to manage such a global scale when it comes to the security world, security support. Like, what does that look like? Like, what goes into that?
Yeah, so for me, it's almost like a subset of the security, right?
Yeah.
Within our cybersecurity department and team, we obviously have breakouts of different types of security functions that we have. For me, I'm in identity and access.
Okay.
And so if you were to ask me, rate myself on the expertise within identity and access, it's going to be below 5. I will say below 5. But what I bring to the table is this, right? The service management part of it. And so I think as McDonald's and identity and access, we, because of the complexity and even just within these solutions that we have, right? The complexity behind that, what McDonald's had identified is the need for somebody to come in and oversee that support portion, that support leg, operations of service management and running with that for identity and access.
Yeah.
And so with identity and access, just to paint a picture with one number, that 2.2 million is the last I heard identities that we manage globally. And
that was 2.2 million.
Yeah. The prior organization that I was with, I think it was somewhere around 200,000. And I thought that was a lot until I came around.
I would think 2,000 is a lot. 20,000 feels like a lot. 2.2 million.
Yeah. And so, and so it's a complex system, right?
Yeah.
It's a complex system. A lot of varying things that are being done in the background for identity and access as a whole within McDonald's. We have a vast majority of expertise within our team, right? We have all of the experts that are there to do it, the SMEs that understand the identity leg, the access leg, and you could go into a bit more detail behind it. But for me, it's really just overseeing how do we support those products, right? How do we instill some of the best practices within? How do we follow some of it? And as well as just partnering, right? If you look at something like stakeholder management, if you look at, the partnerships that you have with other folks, meaning upstream, downstream systems, and that feed into the machine that is identity and access, right? How do you best partner with them to then look at some of these, simplifying it, right? These identities. How do you attack issues that have occurred? But then what does that prevention look like? And a lot of that prevention comes hand in hand with the partnerships that you have with other folks within the organization.
Yeah. So I think that last piece is so critical. I think on McDonald's and this complexity, what you guys are doing, like, what does that cross communication and collaboration look like in an organization that is in 100 countries,
Yeah.
right? Across so many different, and I imagine it's those identities aren't just individuals, right? There's probably some other aspects that go into that. So what does that collaboration and communication across the organization look like? Like,
Sure.
what does that be to make it successful, work it well?
Yeah, I think what we have is a good, good model where we have, the collaboration within cyber. So we've got the engagement team that we have that is kind of front facing with all of those global countries, right? For myself, it might be working with some of those folks.
Yeah.
It could be my team within identity and access partnering with them to proactively share some of that information or what we're trying to do within countries that they might be working with. But then maybe on the flip side for me, it's that reactiveness, right?
Yeah.
Of, hey, we are receiving this feedback from X country. What can you do about it, right?
Yeah.
Can you take this forward? And so it's kind of liaising between them and some of our product managers to then share some of that feedback, help them understand what we're hearing within the organization as a whole, corporate as well as within these markets.
Yeah.
And having that conversation with them, right, to show that what this translates to from a service management perspective, right? And you look at all the legs of, change, incident requests, knowledge, etc. All of it touches them. And for me, it's understanding what can I do within my space to continue to support that business, that market, those users. But then understanding where's that line in the sea to say, okay, I am not the expert here. So let me partner with my team who are the SMEs here that can drive this forward.
Yeah. And I love that. And I think, just thinking about McDonald's, I'm thinking about is kind of those collaboration, the talking points, the things that you guys have to do. It almost makes me wonder, like, how does that enable, like, for me, like, I love a number 10, I think is what the number is. So I get it plain, 2 plain cheeseburgers, fries, put my fries on my burger.
Oh,
Right. I get my unsweet tea. Sometimes I do an Arnold Palmer. And I, on a quick, like, going to the grocery, going home, the wife already has what she wants to eat, or she doesn't want McDonald's. Like, I love that. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
What are the things you guys are doing on the security side, right, and identity and access that makes that possible for me as the consumer?
Yeah, I think a lot of it. So if I can touch on your favorite meal,
Please do.
it's like 95% of it is my favorite meal.
Okay.
Except it's not plain; it's extra pickles.
See, I'm not a pickle guy. My wife's extra pickle.
Yes, extra pickles. And I don't put the fries on the burger.
Gotta try it.
I'd have to
You
try
gotta
that.
try it.
Yeah, but sweet tea for sure. And so it's kind of when we look at the restaurants, right? From my perspective, and it's a good time to ask a question like this, right? Because I think about the restaurants that we are standing up today, right?
Yeah, the new ones.
restaurants. We could have changes within ownership, right?
Yeah.
Of these restaurants. And so this time of year is one where we see a lot of activity within that space. And so for us, I'm grateful to say that I've got a bit more of a team behind me these days where we're able to collaborate together and work with some of these markets, right? I'll say the U.S. right now, right? Working with the U.S. to try and hear the feedback that they share, right?
Yeah.
Some of that feedback isn't always positive, which is okay.
Yeah.
So understanding what that feedback looks like and then collaborating to understand how can we prevent the issues.
Yeah.
I like to preach, working smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
And so I'm often in the mindset of how do we prevent a lot of these issues. And so right now we've been partnering with the U.S. market and other teams as well, upstream system teams to proactively share X amount of restaurants are going to be opening next week, right?
Yeah.
So then perfect. What our teams will do is check those restaurants within the system to try and identify any type of anomalies, any type of issues, misalignments, to then address that prior to a store attempting to open with a potential issue, right? And so we're collaborating together, working through this, but then nothing's perfect.
Yeah.
And so even if everything looks aligned and we experience an issue, it's that expedited support that I'm really throwing it on right now to expedite, to support, to resolve so that a store can open and so that the likes of Rocky can go there and get his favorite
Yeah.
meal.
Yeah.
And so that's just one example, right, of like
Yeah.
what we're really trying to do to push that forward from a collaboration standpoint, from a prevention standpoint, and really looking at some of these root causes too.
Yeah.
Because these root causes can be within our ecosystem of identity and access, where then we have to instill something like a problem management, right?
Yeah.
How are we addressing our issues? But then some of it is outside of our remit.
Yeah.
And so we do oversee some of the activity for a problem, but we partner with teams that are not our team and try and have them kind of jump on the boat of this
Yeah.
best practice to get some of these issues resolved so that we holistically have a good experience with our products that we manage.
Yeah.
But then again, the likes of a customer that is excited for a new McDonald's to open in their area and wants to go there day one.
Yeah. Tony, I think it makes a lot of sense. You guys are really, if you don't have security in law, you don't have identity, the right access and that side of things, like there is a true trickle down effect, right?
Yeah.
For anybody who's working a restaurant, they understand what happens if you can't close your drawer, right? Your restaurant and make sure that's all aligned in the night. Like, you're stuck, right?
Yeah.
Like it impacts the revenue. Your operator's calling you, right? Like every little piece of what happens in a restaurant starts there.
Yeah.
Even if people don't realize it. And so you guys are doing really cool things. And
Yeah.
McDonald's is kind of on the cutting edge, proactively trying to do things that are different and unique. And, I know we're running out of time, so I'm going to ask you one more question. And this is kind of that proactive,
Yeah.
and I'll actually give you two options.
Okay.
So they're both runs I would love to hear the answer to.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Number one, option one,
Yep.
should you choose to take it? What is McDonald's doing with AI when it comes to security or just overall operations? Option two, what would surprise most people to learn about McDonald's technology they use in general? Either one, go either route.
Yeah. Yeah. I think from the technology aspect, just I guess the mass behind what McDonald's is doing with technology, right? And everything that's being instilled in it. One case in point that I was excited to see and I appreciate today is, as a consumer, right, the mobile application that we have, right?
Yeah.
And the mobile application and how easy, user-friendly it is. But then when it comes to the geolocating,
Yeah.
when I heard we were going to instill that, I thought that was amazing, right? And I shared this example today of if I'm sitting at home and my daughter wants some McDonald's, wife wants McDonald's, and I'm going to take a quick ride. Yes, it's about 5 minutes from the house. I might sit there in the comfort of my own home to order from the application. Hey, maybe something comes up. Oh, I have to walk the dog. That might take 5 minutes. That might take 10 minutes, right? Whatever the case is, I'm more or less in a queue. I make that drive to McDonald's. It recognizes that I'm within the vicinity.
Yeah.
And then it starts that order, right? So then when I show up, the order is ready. It's not sitting there. It's not cold. It's hot and ready for me. Fly through the drive-through within minutes.
Yeah.
I'm back home very quickly, and we're all eating some tasty, good French fries.
I love that. I love that. And I think for those who are listening and don't have the McDonald's app, you also get discounts on things that you wouldn't get if you walk in the store and just drive through the drive-thru. So,
Yep.
No.
If you're a Monopoly fan, that just ended.
Yeah. Tony, I appreciate you giving us the time. I appreciate you talking about what McDonald's is doing. I think, and I've said this to a few guests today, and you're on that list. I would love to have you on a full episode.
Yeah.
Talk more about the cool things McDonald's is doing, because an organization that size, we all have something to learn. We can all grow, and I think it's clear you guys are doing the right things and you care about what you're doing, and I love you sharing with our community. So thanks for coming on.
I would love to delve into what I want to do in the future.
Yeah.
That would be a great conversation.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Rocky.
Tony, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Glad we met. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of your conference.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.